I was away from the church for a little over 40 years. During that time, I lived as a gay woman and did not even realize it was a sin. But I wasn't going to church. I believed in God. I never stopped believing him, but I turned my back on him. I left the East Coast and I moved here, and that was about 5 years ago. And within that probably the first 3 months or so, I'm walking pretty much on a day-to-day basis on the walking trails in the wooded areas, and I was planning my suicide. And about 5 consecutive days in, and literally I was like picking out the perfect spot, like planning it all down, and just like, I mean, it was mechanical. And like, I stopped in my tracks one day, and this thought hit me like a excuse me, like a thunderbolt, and it said, "You can't do that, it's a sin." And I was like, "Oh, I can't do that, it's a sin, it's a mortal sin." And then it just kept resonating with me, and I'm like, well, why? Where did that come from? But I couldn't let it go. It just wouldn't let go of me. And I thought, okay, now what am I gonna do? And there was like messages from the Lord. It just like I was getting like just all these things that come up that I thought, where are all these coming from? Because it's not something I've ever like Googled before or stuff like this. So, and I was just inundated. So I started reading. And I remember at one point I couldn't get enough. I just kept, like, I mean, it was just took over me. It was like an addiction. And I had addiction to drugs years ago. But I was like, this is so bizarrely fascinating. So eventually it got to the point where I was like, I'm going to go buy a Bible. So I know. So I picked up a Bible, and I remember reading when I started Genesis, and I'm like, oh, I don't even know this many in my own family, and I come from a very large Catholic family, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. So then I started reading the New Testament, and I was researching every like chapter and verse. And then I got into a rhythm with it. And I mean, I wasn't reading every minute of every day or even every day, but I would go like a week or so, and my eyes just kept going to where I had that Bible. I'm just like, I really should pick that back up and read it. But I'll tell you what, before I found this church, I prayed, and this was during COVID, and it was getting near the end of COVID, and I was watching like masses online, whatever, and I'm like, can't get the Eucharist, but really got to go to confession first anyway, so it's probably best I'm watching it online to start with. So I prayed, and I was like, Lord, there's got to be a Catholic church near me somewhere that will give me the fellowship. I want to get involved. I don't even know what to ask for, but I know you know what I need, so give me the church and give me whatever it is that you know I need, because I don't know. And I registered to be a member of the parish, and I just thought, you know what, start talking to people. And it was the hospitality group that was like, oh, have you heard about this? Have you heard about that? And I was just like, not yet, but I'm gonna. So I start registering. So faith studies, specifically for me, gave me a beautiful gift from God, but through the church. One of the things that I really really enjoyed was other group members just being a witness to their commitment to the Lord, and the effect that He has on them, and how He shines in all of us in different ways. And He gives His mercies and His graces, differently according to the individual. So yeah, it was pretty awesome to be a witness to that. And it also made me not want to be complacent in my efforts to give Him glory, or to do anything for Him. I didn't want to be complacent in my prayer. I didn't want to be complacent in anything. He didn't make me that way. So, and I really don't, I mean, with all of my heart, I don't want to be complacent, because he's offering me such gifts. I've insulted him long enough. That game's done. It's over. It's old. It's gone. Buried. I'd say that if they were thinking about it, even that little niggling in the back of their mind, that was the Holy Spirit saying, just give it a chance. Just try it. It's not going to strap you down to the chair. She's not going to wheel you in and, lock the doors of the church. He doesn't do that. It's our choice. He gives us all free will. But if it's there, if you have even that inkling of that thought, take his bravery and take that step forward. Just try it.